everyone, welcome Jasmin to the show. Now, when Jasmin was 9 years old, her father, Andrew, sat her down and said, Jasmin, you need to know, I'm not your real father. So as you can imagine, Jasmin was shocked and confused. 22 years would pass before this ever was mentioned again. That was until this past Father's Day, when Andrew looked Jasmin in the eye and said, Jasmin, I'm not your father. A man named Tim is your father. Well, guess what? Tim is here, and we've given him a paternity test. So, by the way, Andrew couldn't come. Andrew, the man who's raised Jasmin, couldn't come because he's been ill and he wasn't able to travel. So what happened this past Father's Day?
He told me, he said, I'm not your daddy, basically, and that a man named Tim was my father.
So what happened between 9 and 22?
I moved.
And you were living with Andrew as your father.
Right. You know, I was confused when he told me that. You know, I was young, so I didn't really understand.
You sloughed it off?
Yeah, I just let it run down my back like it was water. I didn't even really care. I was just like, okay.
And this past June?
This past June.
He told you that?
Yeah.
Your mom died 11 years ago.
Right.
Did you ever talk to her about this?
I did. I asked her, I said, well, Andrew's been denying me. I want to know. And she told me, she said, Jasmin, I know who I had intimacy with. Andrew is your father.
So now, this is just this past June, right?
Right.
You find Tim?
I found Tim. I reached out to him. He didn't respond at first. So I called my godmother and I asked her, I said, Godmama, can you please try to reach out to him? And immediately he responded.
And you've been in contact with each other?
Every day, Maury. He calls me every day. He motivates me. He is a good man.
Right.
And I would want him to be my father because of what I went through as a child with Andrew.
And you've never met him?
Never met him.
So you believe he's your father?
I really do.
You think you look alike?
I look a lot alike like this man, Maury. Look at my face and his, Maury. Look at this. I look a lot like this man, Maury. I look nothing like Andrew. I look nothing like that man.
Now here's the thing. You've got a sister and a brother who do not believe that Tim is your father.
Right.
They believe that Andrew is your father and that you're tearing the family apart.
I just don't understand. Like, they just making it seem like I'm a bad person. Like, I'm trying to find out who my father is.
Your brother Omar is probably...
He's like a father figure. When he wasn't, when no one was around, he was there. He was a father and a brother to me.
So he feels betrayed.
Right. He feel like that I'm tarnishing my mother's name, that she's not here to defend herself, which I get that. But I just want to know the truth. I just want to know where I'm from.
Well, Omar is here, but you also have a sister named Vaniqua.
Yes.
And Vaniqua is here.
Yes.
Vaniqua, you don't think that Tim's the father, do you?
No, sir, I do not.
Why?
When my sister was going through it, half her life, he was nowhere to be found. Andrew's the one that took care of her. Andrew's the one that nurtured her. Andrew was there to make sure she had everything that she could when he could. My dad is not perfect. He's not. But when it came to his kids, he tried to make sure we was okay.
Do you believe that you're...
It don't make it right for him to deny me, though.
It doesn't. You're right.
And I just feel like if we're not blood sisters, that you think I'm going to turn my back on you, but that's never going to happen, ever. You are always my sister. I will always love you, and I will always be there for you, and you know that. You are my sister, and I love you.
Vaniqua, do you think that your father did not say to her that he wasn't her father, or?
He did. He said it several times that he's not her father.
And you think he was doing this out of anger or something?
He was. My daddy was in the hospital for 6 months last year.
I see.
And just because Jasmin would take out the time to come see him at the hospital, he has to make Jasmin hurt.
You think that he was taking his anger out on Jasmin?
Yes, sir.
We've been doing this for years, though. This is a continuous cycle, though. So it's not fair to me. I'm 31 years old. I should know the truth.
You need closure.
I should know.
You need closure.
I deserve to know the truth.
Okay. Thank you very much, Faniqua. You ready to meet Tim for the first time?
I am.
Everybody, here's Tim.
It's all right. So time for truth.
Nice to see you. Thank you. Good to see you. Have a seat. So, let's go way back. You and her mom knew each other?
Yes, Maury, it was a secret affair. I'm here to take a wrong and turn it into a right.
Did you ever know that there was a possibility that you could have a child?
No, Maury.
Her mother never told you about it?
Never. When I became aware of that, I know I had to step to the plate.
She looked familiar?
I'm like looking at myself. This is from my heart. This is my daughter.
Were you surprised to find out that you had a daughter?
Yes and no, because I know what I did in the past, and there was a possibility. But at the same time, Maury, I had to take a wrong and turn it into a right. I didn't want her to live her life without her dad. So here I am today, stepping forward and doing the right thing.
Now, can you understand her siblings are very upset at her?
That's their choice. And as a human being, I have to respect it. But at the same time, I also have to go for truth.
Did you know Andrew?
Yes.
You're talking about this was secret. Were they seeing each other at the same time you were seeing her?
Yes. To my knowledge, Bridget really reached out to me for consolement, confiding in me, and one thing led to another, and we cheated. We cheated.
Omar, we're going to meet. He had statements he wanted to share with everybody. I have lost all respect for my sister Jasmin. She is disgracing our mother by claiming Tim is her father.
It's not fair. It's not fair to me because I didn't ask to be here, Maury. I did not ask to be here. And if I want the truth, I feel like that's the right thing to do. Why should I not know who my father is?
Now, Jasmin's brother Omar is here as well, and he's upset that Jasmin has even entertained the idea that another man could be her dad. Everybody, here's Omar. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Why are you so upset, Omar?
My mom is not a liar. My mom is kind of like me. I'm hella blunt, hella straightforward, and
If your mom said that Andrew is her father, that's the way it was.
And not even just that, like I was telling Jasmin, when Jasmin was born, I was 12. I wasn't like 2 or 3. So, and I'm not saying that I like ran around in my mama's back pocket.
You wasn't. You was 11 years old, bro. How was you there? You was not there when mama had intimacy with Tim, with Andrew. You wasn't there.
Dude, check this out.
You was there, but you wasn't there. You was a child yourself. You was a child yourself.
Omar, I can settle this.
Oh yeah, I know. So that's what we're here for, right?
You wanted this, obviously, you wanted this settled years and years ago. And it never was. And now I can, all right? So you hold nothing against Tim, right?
Yeah, I don't even know this dude.
Okay.
From what I know, his name was Terry. It wasn't Tim or any of that. I don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna find out right now. In the case of 31-year-old Jasmin, Tim, you are not the father.
Told you done this.
Yes.
I knew that from the jump. My dad is my dad. He a liar, but he from the jump, I knew.
It's not fair, though.
That don't change our relationship.
That's not fair for me to have to keep going through this all the time. I'm so
That
tired.
don't change it. That don't change it.
I'm so tired.
That don't change it.
Now everybody go brag about this, and now my family go all to make it seem like I degraded my mama, and that's not fair to me.
Come on.
That's not fair.
Thanks for watching this dramatic DNA reveal. If you want to see more paternity stories, click here. And be sure to subscribe to be the first to know about all new DNA drama.